Welcome back to my channel, Pocket Change Coins. If you're excited about finding hidden gems in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First, we're going to uncover some of the most valuable and rare US coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's dive in. We're diving into a true numismatic marvel, the United States 5-cent coin from 1943, minted in Philadelphia. This coin isn't just another piece of pocket change, it's a remarkable relic from a turbulent era, with a value and story that could surprise you. So, stick around until the end because the value of this coin will absolutely amaze you. The year 1943 was a critical moment in world history. World War II was at its height, impacting every aspect of daily life in the United States. Industries shifted focus, resources were rationed, and even the metals used for coinage had to be reconsidered. During the war, copper, an essential material for military equipment, became scarce. To conserve this valuable metal, the U.S. Mint made a significant decision that affected coins in circulation, including the nickel. Typically, nickels are composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, but in 1943, the composition of the 5-cent coin was altered. The Mint experimented with alternative metals such as silver and steel for coin production. Although the official 1943 Philadelphia nickels were struck with the usual copper-nickel alloy, there are rare minting anomalies from this year that collectors find incredibly captivating. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1943 P nickel is its link to wartime metal shortages and experimentation. The U.S. Mint's decision to alter coin compositions reflected the nation's overall war effort, where every resource counted. This makes coins from this era more than just currency. They're historical artifacts, physical reminders of a nation at war and the sacrifices made on the home front. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of this iconic coin. The obverse features the distinguished profile of Thomas Jefferson, America's third president and author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait had been introduced just a few years earlier in 1938 and quickly became beloved by collectors for its classic and dignified appearance. On the reverse side, you'll see Jefferson's famous home, Monticello. The architectural detail engraved on the coin beautifully captures the elegance of this Virginia estate, symbolizing Jefferson's legacy and the values of the new American Republic. This design has remained a mainstay for quarters and nickels alike, marking it as a piece steeped in both artistry and history. But what truly sets the 1943 P nickel apart isn't just its design or its wartime background, it's the rarity of certain minting errors and unique versions that surfaced during that year. Some coins bear the telltale signs of metal composition errors, where a few were struck on silver planchets instead of the usual alloy. These coins are exceptionally rare and sought after by collectors who are always on the lookout for something unusual to add to their collections. Furthermore, the condition of these coins plays a huge role in their desirability. Many 1943 nickels circulated heavily during the war years, subjected to the wear and tear of everyday use. Finding one in mint or near mint condition is quite the challenge, and collectors are willing to pay premium prices for specimens that have maintained their original luster and crisp details over the decades. Collectors also pay close attention to any unusual mint marks or anomalies that can make a coin stand out. The Philadelphia Mint typically did not include a mint mark on its coins, but certain errors or striking variations from 1943 nickels have become the stuff of legend among numismatists. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have played an important role in verifying the authenticity and condition of these rare nickels. Their rigorous grading standards ensure that buyers can trust the value and quality of the coin they're investing in. A top-grade 1943 P nickel with verified error or exceptional condition can command extraordinary prices at auction. Speaking of value, you might be wondering, how much is this coin really worth? Well, the answer depends on several factors, including condition, rarity, and whether it's a standard issue or one of those rare error coins. A typical circulated 1943 nickel might only fetch a few dollars, but an uncirculated, pristine example or one with a unique mint error can exponentially increase in value. Now, hold on to your hats because here comes the incredible part. The rarest and most flawless examples of the 1943 Philadelphia 5-cent coin have been known to reach an astonishing value of $300,000 in words. Yes, that's right, $300,000 for a single nickel. This astounding worth highlights how something as small as a 5-cent coin can hold an immense historical and monetary significance. So, if you happen to find a 1943 nickel lying around, especially one in excellent condition, it's definitely worth getting it examined by a professional. You might be holding a small treasure that tells a big story and could be a prized piece in any collection. Second rare coin, we're zooming in on a seemingly ordinary piece of American history, the United States 5-cent coin from 1987, minted in Philadelphia. While this coin might look like one you've seen in your pocket 1,000 times, there's more to it than meets the eye. Stay with me until the very end, because the value of this humble nickel might just blow your mind. The year 1987 was an interesting time for the United States and its coinage. Unlike some earlier periods marked by metal shortages or wartime changes, the late 1980s were a relatively stable era in coin production. The Philadelphia Mint was churning out millions of coins, including the nickels, which were primarily used in everyday transactions across the country. However, as with all coins, some special factors can elevate an ordinary coin to something extraordinary, and the 1987 P nickel is a perfect example. At first glance, the design of the 1987 nickel might seem very familiar. On the front, or obverse, you'll find the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the face of the nickel since 1938. This depiction is elegant and detailed, a reminder of Jefferson's lasting legacy in American history. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia home, perfectly captured in the coin's intricate engraving. These images connect us to the nation's heritage and remind us of the values that shaped America. But what makes the 1987 Philadelphia 5-cent coin so interesting? One important aspect is its rarity in certain conditions and versions. Even though millions of these nickels were minted and circulated, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition can be surprisingly difficult. Coins that have never been handled, touched, or worn by everyday use become prized finds for collectors who value their original sharp details and brilliant shine. Another exciting element that raises the value of some 1987 nickels is the presence of mint errors or unique characteristics. Coins produced in any minting process can occasionally have mistakes, like double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws. These errors, while unintentional, make the coins truly one-of-a-kind and significantly increase their desirability among collectors. If you have a 1987 P nickel with such an error, you might just be sitting on a rare treasure. Collectors often use professional grading services to certify the quality and authenticity of coins. A high grade from organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can elevate the worth of a 1987 nickel tremendously. Coins graded as mint state or proof with no wear or blemishes are the holy grail for collectors and investors alike. Now, let's talk about the real highlight, the value. While a typical circulated 1987 nickel might just be worth its face value, those in exceptional condition or with rare errors can command much higher prices. Imagine a coin you can easily carry in your pocket being worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's the power of rarity, condition, and collector demand combined, and here's the moment you've been waiting for. The most remarkable examples of the United States 5-cent coin from 1987 minted in Philadelphia can reach a staggering $97,000 in words. Yes, $97,000 for a single nickel that looks so ordinary yet holds such extraordinary value. So next time you're sorting through coins or find an old nickel lying around, remember the potential hidden history and value behind it. It might be worth more than you think. Third expensive coin. We're focusing on a coin that many of you might have casually passed over, the United States 5-cent coin from 1990, minted in Philadelphia. At first glance, it might just seem like your run-of-the-mill nickel, but this little coin has a fascinating backstory and a surprisingly high value for those lucky enough to own a rare example. Stick with me through the video because by the end, you'll learn why some of these nickels can be worth a jaw-dropping $78,000 in words. Let's rewind to the early 1990s. The United States was moving into a new decade with a strong economy, and everyday coins like the nickel were still made primarily of a copper-nickel blend, keeping the classic look and feel collectors have long appreciated. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these nickels in 1990, putting them into circulation for everyday transactions. Despite their abundance, only a handful have become highly sought after in the numismatic world, and that's where the story gets really interesting. The 1990 nickel carries the iconic design that has been a staple of American coinage for decades. On the obverse side, Thomas Jefferson's dignified profile greets you, reminding us of his monumental contributions as the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. On the flip side, Monticello, Jefferson's elegant Virginia estate, stands proudly, symbolizing American heritage and craftsmanship. This design, simple yet rich in history, has made the nickel a beloved piece of currency for generations. What sets the 1990p nickel apart from the millions minted that year is largely its condition and any unique minting anomalies. Coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, graded as mint state by professional coin grading services, are incredibly rare. Most nickels see constant wear and tear from everyday use, which gradually dulls their luster and erodes their details. So, finding a 1990 nickel that looks like it just came off the minting press is a treasure in itself, but there's more to this coin's allure than just condition. Sometimes, mint errors happen during production, things like double dyes, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws. These errors aren't just mistakes, they turn regular coins into unique collectibles that can demand a premium price. Collectors often chase these rare versions because they represent a fascinating glimpse into the mint's manufacturing process and add a layer of exclusivity. Another critical factor that can dramatically increase a coin's value is certification. Coins that have been professionally graded and authenticated by agencies like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation bring trust and credibility to collectors and investors. A high-grade 1990p nickel certified as flawless can command prices far beyond what a regular circulated coin might fetch. Now, let's talk numbers, the moment you've all been waiting for. While most 1990 nickels are worth just their face value or a bit more to collectors, those exceptional specimens in perfect condition or with rare errors have been known to reach a value of $78,000 in words. That's right, $78,000 for a coin you might have overlooked in your change jar. So next time you find a nickel from 1990 in your collection or in your pocket, take a closer look. It might be more than just a small piece of metal, it could be a valuable treasure waiting to be discovered. Especially, we're zooming in on a fascinating piece of American currency, the United States 5-cent coin from 1995, minted in Philadelphia. While it might look like your everyday nickel, this coin carries a story and potential value that could surprise you. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious numismatist, this video will reveal everything you need to know about this particular nickel, from its design and history to why it can be worth an impressive $50,000 in words. So, buckle up and get ready for a deep dive into the world of the 1995p nickel. The mid-1990s was a time of economic growth and cultural shifts in the United States, and coins like this nickel were a staple of everyday commerce. Produced by the Philadelphia Mint, the 1995 nickel was part of a long-running series featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, the third President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. His portrait has been a mainstay on the nickel since 1938, a design that has evolved subtly over time but remains instantly recognizable. Flipping the coin, you'll find Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia, meticulously rendered on the reverse. Monticello symbolizes Jefferson's legacy and the nation's architectural heritage. This design has been admired by collectors and the public alike for its clean lines and the historical narrative it carries. Although it's a design many are familiar with, what makes the 1995p nickel stand out is more than just its imagery. It's about rarity and condition. Millions of 1995 nickels were produced, making them relatively common in circulation. However, finding one that is in pristine, mint condition is far from easy. Most coins endure wear and tear from countless hands exchanging them day to day. Coins that remain uncirculated, without scratches, discoloration, or any damage, are rare gems in the collector's market. These coins maintain their original luster and sharp details, which greatly enhances their value. Beyond condition, there's a fascinating world of mint errors and varieties that can add extraordinary value to coins like the 1995p nickel. Occasionally, mistakes happen during the minting process: a doubled die, an off-center strike, or an unusual planchet flaw. Such errors transform a standard coin into a unique piece of numismatic history. Collectors eagerly seek these anomalies because they're scarce and add an exciting twist to any collection. Certification also plays a pivotal role in establishing the value of this coin. When a professional grading service certifies a 1995p nickel in high grade, it offers buyers confidence in the coin's authenticity and condition. Graded coins that achieve mint state status or higher command premium prices, often exponentially more than the coin's face value or average market price. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part: the value. While a typical 1995 nickel is worth just a few cents above its face value, an uncirculated or error coin from this year can reach staggering prices. Some of these rare specimens have sold for as much as $50,000 in words. Yes, that's $50,000 for a coin you might easily overlook in your pocket change. This remarkable value comes from a combination of rarity, condition, historical significance, and collector demand. So, if you're ever sorting through your coins or inheriting a collection, keep an eye out for this 1995p nickel. It might just be a hidden treasure. Next coin, we're shining the spotlight on a coin that you might have overlooked before: the United States 5-cent coin from the year 2000, minted in Denver. On the surface, it looks like a simple nickel you might find in your change, but hidden beneath its everyday appearance lies a story and potential value that could absolutely blow you away. So, if you're ready, let's take a detailed journey into the 2000D nickel, exploring its history, design, rarity, and just how much it could be worth today. The year 2000 marked the dawn of a new millennium, a time full of excitement and anticipation. The United States Mint continued producing the classic Jefferson Nickel, a coin design that has been part of American history for decades. Featuring the distinguished profile of Thomas Jefferson on the front, the coin pays homage to the third President of the United States, known for his immense contributions to the nation's founding principles. On the reverse side, the iconic Monticello, Jefferson's beloved Virginia estate, is depicted with intricate detail, symbolizing not just a home but a legacy of history and culture. Though millions of these nickels were minted in Denver in 2000, most have passed through countless pockets and machines, leading to a rarity when it comes to finding one in flawless condition. For collectors, condition is everything. A 2000D nickel that is crisp, shiny, and free of any wear or blemishes is considered highly desirable and rare. These pristine examples retain their original mint luster, sharp details, and vibrant appearance, making them stand out in any collection. But rarity and condition aren't the only things that can drive the value of this coin. Minting errors and unique varieties add an exciting layer to the story. Occasionally, during the production process, coins are struck with minor mistakes, maybe a double die, an off-center strike, or a misplaced mint mark. These error coins are like numismatic unicorns, captivating collectors who prize them for their uniqueness and the stories they tell about the minting process itself. Professional grading plays a crucial role here as well. When these coins are submitted to a grading service, experts evaluate them on their condition, authenticity, and rarity. Coins that receive top grades, especially in uncirculated mint state, can command a significant premium in the market. A certified high-grade 2000D nickel can be the crown jewel of a collection. Now, here's the truly fascinating part: while the everyday 2000D nickel might only be worth its face value or just a little above, coins in exceptional condition or with rare errors have fetched remarkable prices from collectors. Some of these highly sought-after coins have sold for as much as $27,000 in words. Yes, you heard that right, $27,000 for a single nickel. So next time you find yourself sorting through your coins or exploring an inherited collection, remember to look carefully at that 2000D nickel. It might just be hiding a fortune in plain sight. Now is the 1973 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson Nickel. Now, at first glance, this coin might not seem like much. It's something millions of people once used daily, for vending machines, for parking meters, or for tossing into a wishing fountain. But as every seasoned collector knows, the value of a coin is never just about how it looks, it's about the story it tells, the rarity it holds, and the condition it's been preserved in. Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The obverse, or front side, features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This image has graced the nickel since 1938, replacing the previous buffalo nickel design. Jefferson's sharp features and dignified pose remind us of his immense role in American independence, architecture, and political philosophy. The word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust," curve around the design, along with the year of minting, 1973. Flip the coin over and you'll see a beautifully detailed image of Jefferson's home, Monticello. Located in Charlottesville, Virginia, Monticello wasn't just his estate, it was his masterpiece. The structure's elegant dome and classical symmetry are captured surprisingly well for such a small canvas. Above Monticello, you'll find the words, E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many, one. Below it, the coin proudly reads, 5 cents, and, United States of America. Now here's where things start to get interesting. In 1973, the U.S. Mint struck Jefferson nickels at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proofs. The most commonly circulated coins came from Philadelphia and Denver. While millions were minted, most of these nickels suffered the fate of heavy circulation, tossed in pockets, dropped in gutters, rubbed down to dull shadows of their original shine. But some coins escaped that fate. Some 1973 nickels were carefully stored away, untouched by time, free of scratches, dents, or tarnish. These coins remain in what collectors call mint state condition, sharp, detailed, and lustrous. And those are the coins that get people excited. But there's more. A few rare examples from 1973 contain minting errors, imperfections that make them even more valuable. These include double die strikes, off-center images, and improperly aligned dies. Some even show full steps on Monticello's staircase, a feature known as full steps that is highly prized by numismatists. Why? Because it proves the coin was struck cleanly, perfectly, and in its purest form. Finding a 1973 nickel with full steps in uncirculated condition is like discovering a diamond in a drawer full of rocks. You may have held thousands of nickels over your lifetime, but only a handful will ever compare to this level of rarity and quality. So what makes this little coin so valuable today? It's a combination of age, condition, rarity, and demand. While it's not ancient by historical standards, the passage of over 5 decades has made high-quality 1973 nickels increasingly difficult to find. Especially those that have been professionally graded and authenticated, collectors from around the world are willing to pay big money for pristine, high-grade specimens, not just for their visual appeal, but for the historical connection and scarcity. And here's the best part: these treasures aren't just buried in museums or locked away in billion-dollar vaults. Some of them are sitting in old piggy banks, forgotten jars, or dusty drawers waiting to be discovered. Imagine finding one. Imagine holding a 1973 nickel that has survived untouched, gleaming, with every detail crisp and perfect. That one coin could change your perception of pocket change forever. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you happen to come across a United States 5-cent coin from 1973, in flawless, uncirculated condition, perhaps with rare mint errors or the coveted full steps designation, it could be worth an astonishing $80,000, yes, $80,000. For a coin most people never look twice at. So go ahead, check your collections. Dig into your old jars. You never know, that little nickel from 1973 might just be your golden ticket. Last unique coin. We're diving into a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance but holds a surprising story and value: the United States 5-cent coin from 2006, minted in Philadelphia. This nickel is part of the ongoing Jefferson series, a staple of American currency. But what makes the 2006 nickel particularly interesting? Stick around as we explore its background, design details, rarity, and what makes it a prized find among collectors today. And wait until the end, because the value we reveal might just blow your mind. the 2006 Philadelphia nickel features Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, whose legacy runs deep in American history. His portrait graces the obverse of the coin, symbolizing leadership, innovation, and the spirit of the early republic. On the reverse side, you'll find the famous Monticello estate, Jefferson's home in Virginia, depicted with meticulous detail that captures its architectural elegance and historical significance. While millions of these nickels were minted in Philadelphia in 2006, most have circulated widely, worn down by everyday use. However, collectors look for coins that are in pristine condition, coins that show no signs of wear, with their original mint luster shining bright. Finding a 2006 nickel in such perfect condition is rare, and that rarity is what starts to add real value. But condition is just one piece of the puzzle. The coin collecting world loves surprises in the form of minting errors and unique varieties. Sometimes, during production, coins come out with slight imperfections, a doubled die, a missing or misplaced mint mark, or even an off-center strike. These anomalies create one-of-a-kind coins that grab the attention of collectors because they're unusual and hard to find. For the 2006 Philadelphia nickel, some error varieties exist, and these can significantly increase the coin's worth. Even without errors, the best preserved examples, graded by professional coin grading services, can reach impressive prices. The grading process evaluates coins based on their condition, detail, and overall appearance, assigning them a grade that collectors trust. Higher grades mean higher value, and a mint state 2006 nickel, especially those graded MS65 or above, can fetch premium prices in the market. Now, here's the exciting part. While the everyday 2006 nickel might just be worth its face value, those rare, top-grade coins have been known to sell for astonishing amounts. In fact, some of these prized specimens have been valued at $19,000 in words. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting to explore the world of coins, keep an eye out for that 2006 Philadelphia nickel. It might look ordinary, but it could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining me on this detailed journey into the 2006 nickel. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to stay updated on more incredible finds, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, happy hunting, and may every coin tell a story worth cherishing.